1. No moral system can rest solely on authority. 2. The criterion which we use to test the genuineness of apparent statements of fact is the criterion of verifiability. 3. We know that a sentence is factually significant to any given person if, and only if, he knows how to verify the proposition it purports to express. 4. The principles of logic and mathematics are true universally simply because we never allow them to be anything else. 5. The existence of a being can never be demonstrated by purely logical means. 6. A proposition is meaningful only if it is verifiable by experience. 7. The truths of logic and mathematics are analytic propositions. 8. Metaphysical statements are not false but meaningless, as they cannot be empirically verified. 9. The meaning of a statement lies in its method of verification. 10. Philosophy is not a theory but an activity of clarification. 11. Ethical statements are expressions of emotion, not statements of fact. 12. The problem of induction cannot be solved by logic alone. 13. The self is a logical construction out of sense experiences. 14. The world is the totality of facts, not of things. 15. A priori knowledge is knowledge that is independent of experience. 16. The function of philosophy is to analyze and clarify the propositions of science. 17. The verification principle is a criterion of meaning, not a theory of truth. 18. The only way to test the truth of a synthetic proposition is by reference to experience. 19. The propositions of philosophy are not about the world but about language. 20. The meaning of a word is its use in the language. 21. The task of philosophy is to expose and eliminate metaphysical nonsense. 22. The laws of nature are not necessary truths but generalizations based on experience. 23. The distinction between analytic and synthetic propositions is fundamental to philosophy. 24. The truth of a proposition depends on its correspondence with facts. 25. The purpose of philosophy is to clarify the logical structure of thought. 26. The meaning of a sentence is determined by the conditions under which it would be true. 27. The only way to know the nature of reality is through empirical investigation. 28. The propositions of ethics are not factual but emotive. 29. The problem of free will is a pseudo-problem created by linguistic confusion. 30. The only way to resolve philosophical disputes is by clarifying the meaning of terms. 31. The truths of mathematics are tautologies. 32. The meaning of a concept is its method of application. 33. The task of philosophy is to analyze the logical structure of scientific theories. 34. The only way to understand the world is through the methods of science. 35. The propositions of metaphysics are neither true nor false but nonsensical. 36. The meaning of a statement is its method of empirical verification. 37. The only way to test the validity of a theory is by comparing it with observable facts. 38. The truths of logic are necessary because they are true by definition. 39. The purpose of language is to communicate facts, not to express emotions. 40. The only way to know the truth is through observation and experiment. 41. The propositions of religion are not verifiable and therefore meaningless. 42. The task of philosophy is to eliminate confusion, not to construct systems. 43. The meaning of a word is determined by its role in a sentence. 44. The only way to understand human behavior is through empirical psychology. 45. The truths of science are provisional, not absolute. 46. The only way to resolve ethical disputes is by clarifying the underlying emotions. 47. The propositions of aesthetics are expressions of taste, not statements of fact. 48. The only way to know the nature of reality is through the methods of science. 49. The task of philosophy is to analyze the meaning of concepts, not to discover new truths. 50. The meaning of life is not a question that can be answered by philosophy.